Welcome to Data Qurious. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about order of execution of SQL query. SQL looks simple, but do you really know what happens behind the scenes? So is it a select or from, where, order by, group by, having, or distance, which clause executes what? So now let's look what really happens behind the scenes. By looking at query, you might think that the SQL runs from top to bottom, like select, from, where, and order by, right? But your SQL has its own order of execution, and here is the actual order. And select is almost at the last. Now let's dive deeper into the logical execution of SQL. So first comes the from clause. SQL starts by loading and looking into the tables, and if there are any joins or if there are any subqueries, and then fetches the data from there. So then comes the where clause, filters the data from the table or subquery which satisfies the where condition that you have given. Then comes the group by clause. So it groups the rows by the aggregation. If you are having any grouping data, then it happens at this state. Then comes the having clause, filters the grouped result after an aggregation. Then comes the select clause. So the select, it selects the columns that you have asked for. If there is any expressions or aggregates, then it does that and it gives the list of columns that are present in the select list. Then comes the distinct. If you have given a distinct clause, then it eliminates the duplicate rows from your data set and it provides the data. Then comes the order by clause. Finally, the data is sorted at this state. If you are given order by ascending or descending, then the data will be sorted accordingly at this step. Then comes the limit. If you have given any top 10 or top 100, then the rows are limited at this stage. Now this is the order of execution in a SQL: from, where, group by, having, select, order by, and then comes your top, limit, or offset. So here is an example of a SQL query which follows the order of execution. Now look into the example we have. So we have a table called employees. So these are the columns that are present in this table: employee ID, first name, last name, department ID, salary, and hire date. So and we have the other table called department name. This contains only department ID and department name. So if you look at the first table, that is employee table, it has department ID. So these two can be linked or joined using department ID as a common column. So in this query, what I am trying to look is the count of employee in each department. So I want to count the employees in each department from the employee table. So since I don't have a department name in the employee table, I am joining department table based on the department ID. If you look at this particular statement, this will join two tables. So I am also looking at those employees whose salary is greater than 6,000, and I'm just grouping it by department. If I execute this particular statement, it will give you all the departments where the count of employee is uh, where the salary of employee is 6,000. Now if I am interested only in the records which are having the count of employees greater than 1, so here these two records, the bottom two records will be gone and only the first record will be looked. So here only the one record. So if there are any multiple records, uh, we could have or used order by, and here it could have sorted by the department name. So here the order of execution is again from the table or join, then the where condition, then the group by, having, and order by, and it finally the select list columns. Now going back, here you have seen the example, and now that you have learned what is the order of execution of SQL statement, now let's see what is the importance of learning this order of execution. Now you can know the performance optimization. So you can optimize the query. You have, now that you have know what exactly happens behind the scenes, now you can filter the data accordingly or apply any other condition accordingly, and you can write a optimized query. Now that you have know what happens behind the scenes and what is happening first and what is happening since, you can just write a logically error free complex code. Any kind of complex code you can just write like that. Now the data reduction part. Now that you know like where condition comes first and group by is next or having is at last, then you know that you can filter the data at first, and you can now faster execution can be achieved. Now debugging will be easy if you know what happens behind the scene. Now now that you have learned the order of execution, you can now write an optimized, maintainable, and accurate SQL query without any errors as per your client's requirements. Thank you for watching this video. Hit a like button if you have learned something new, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions or doubts, just ping me in the comment section.